Alright, what's up? Alright, so I'm out and about. I ain't quite make it back to where I'm at yet. I'm over here by the stadium. Let's see. Camping World Stadium. Alright. I'm gonna turn my music on. Alright. You see that? Hey, good day, Lady Judah. I'm trying to think of what's the name that alright, it's gonna come to me. Cause we all part of that body. And you know, the arm and the leg, they each had a function. Alright, what's up, Lady Mariah? Alright, everybody that's here, what's up? So look, alright, this thing is so cool. Alright, this is a mathematical example of what forgiveness is, right? Like, I was going through the math, like, I was just flipping through an encyclopedia, the Encyclopedia Britannica, the 1976, the letter S book, and I got to the word called sophism, alright? So this came up. Alright, so within it, it had this mathematical paradox. Yet the math is true. So there must be some type of understanding, because it can't be called a lie. Forgiveness is not a lie. When somebody, when forgiveness or grace period is extended, then sometimes extra pressure is lifted off of a person. All right. Saying though, all right, that pressure is lifted off of a person. Okay. Let's get into forgiveness. Now look, what if I have a -1 equal to a -1? Right? Let's start with that. And down here, we're going to see how a -1 equals a +1. The only way is through forgiveness. Then you have a concept called the absolute value that's in math, where the absolute value of a negative quantity is positive, and the absolute value of a positive quantity is also positive. It's such as your speedometer or your odometer, your mileage. Even though you might back up for a whole mile, your odometer, your mileage is going to go forward. That's a positive production within that time. Alright, let's get back to this, because I got to drive to the house. Alright, so there got to be a quick little time limit. Let's go through this. So over here, I'm going to say -1 divided by +1, because that's equal to -1. And over here, I'm going to put a +1 divided by a -1. Whoa. Now look, we got something called these radicals, like these free radicals. These are who you would call extremists. You know what I mean? There's ways to treat them. We've already did the calculation. We about to get them out of here quick. The kingdom of heaven about to get them out of here. I'm telling you. It's about that time for the wedding feast. So look, these are the free radicals. And they can go within the divisions, the different divisions, all right? I'm just telling the story. This is how I teach math, because math is a language, you all. You all could put this math together and create a car. So look. So now I'm about to place these within each of those, okay? So I have a -1, I have a +1. I have the square root of a +1 divided by the square root of a -1. I do not say the square root of a -1 over the square root of a +1, because your mind is driven by the four winds, such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And you could go up and down. So you have integration and your differentiation. So look, these are the operations. Your brain operates and it computes things based on these fundamental aspects. If you don't have these fundamental aspects grounded within your mind, a lot of times your decisions are not going to be rational, and a rational quantity either repeat itself or terminate. I've been talking about the same thing for about 20 years. That means that this is rational. But people go from one thing to the next, want to come out with the next pronunciation of what they call the Most High. Man, it's love and it means one. I mean, how many times do we have to go over the subject? Even though you could have the different derivations from the original seed, it's only a hybrid. That's just what it is. Until the original come back around and people can compare. Alright? So, let's look into this forgiveness, y'all. So now we're going to treat this. Whatever I do to one side of the railroad tracks, equality. You got to do to the other side. So I'm going to multiply, since I have I got a positive one down there. All right, so I'm going to multiply, and that's at the denominator. So if I multiply that in the numerator, guess what? It's going to negate that. It's going to nullify. People like to say cancel out, and that's not what it does. It nullifies it. All right, it becomes 1. This divided by itself is 1, and 1 times anything is itself. So this becomes itself. So we can identify that square root of a -1. And that square root of a -1 already identified himself to be greater than the Most High, along with the cohorts, steadily being rounded up. Now this, since we got 2 of these, if I have 2 times 2, that's equal to 2 to the second power. So I put that in parentheses and put that to the second power, y'all. Alright. Hey, I'm a professor of math and physics. It's even on the internet, where, you know, one of the institutions that I taught at. But I taught for 3 of them. Alright. I'm not allowed to fix this system of things, school system. So we're going to do our own. It's coming. Alright, so look, whatever I do to one side, I gotta do to the other. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Alright. Well, no, I'm just gonna show you. So this is gonna be multiplied to what I have here. Since that's in the numerator, that's already over 1. Alright. That's divided by 1, excuse me. Even if I don't keep myself on that, you know, on that short fuse, then I don't catch myself. And I could get into a repetitive accumulation of error just by saying this is over that. Nah, it's not no superior. It's divided by with respect to. If you look at the calculus, this is the division line of respect, like the line of scrimmage in football. Alright? And you have to divide with respect. So this is alright, to the second power. I'm just going to rewrite this down here. That's all I'm doing. So now this and this, they negate each other. They become 1. And this leaves this with that as itself. So we have this. All right, now we're going to see how to treat these radicals. All right. And you're going to see something. And yeah, all that is this, is that. Don't even let somebody finish their sentence, ISIS. Get pulverized. Since we got 2 of these, this is to the first power, that's to the first power. We add the power. So they want to try to add with the negative power. But look. So let me show you something. This radical, if I had the square root of a x, that would be equal to x to the 1/2 power. It is a division of power. All right, this radical has a 2 here and a 1 here. If I had a cube root of 64, all right, I would say 64 to the 1/3 power. So that would end up being 4, because 4 times 4 times 4. Excuse my writing. 16 times 4 is 64. So that's your cube root. Now look, this I'm just going to convert to -1, to the 1/2, all raised to the second. And right here, I do the same thing, +1. All right, I'm gonna take this to the back though, because we gotta go outside with this one. So look, over here I got this to the 1/2, all raised to the second power. And over here we had this, all right, to the 1/2, all raised to the second power. And we started off with -1 is equal to a -1. We went through legitimate algebraic manipulation, and I said that this is something that I found just flipping through the encyclopedia. All right, because in class and stuff, I flipped through the dictionary instead of listening to that history. I just looked in the teacher head and just was like, okay, where's the answers at? I thought everybody did this. I thought everybody asked God what the answer is. But apparently they ask each other. They've been copying off each other's paper, getting the wrong answer. All right. They wanted to copy off my paper. So I was like, man, let me hide the fact that I'm smart so they don't even have to ask me. So look. So now 2 divided by 2 becomes -1 to the first power. This becomes +1 to the first power. And this is how a -1 can equal a +1. And this right here is the mathematical example of forgiveness. All right. For real, we went from a -1 equal -1 to a -1 equal +1. And how can that happen? Because there's a higher power. There is a Most High One. Yeah, all of these were just drafts. Hey, look. Now, if I was just with the numbers, I did the 0 row. I do a 1 row. I do a 2 row. All right, I'm just leave that out. All right. Now, if I do 0 power, go all the way down. I do first power all the way down, second power all the way down. All right, that's natural. Anybody could do this. All right, I'm just showing you discoveries. I don't own this. I don't own this math. We all do. It was given to us to use as a tool to get the job done on earth so that we could live peacefully. You know what I mean? Who likes happy endings? I do. So I would like to push this happy ending that I have in my head right now. They gave all types of false possible realities. Dr. Strange seen only one reality that worked. Just get people caught up as to what has already happened. This is after the 1,000 years. This is the time and a half when grace period has even went out for 10 more years. Even possibly 12. So let's evaluate this. I'm not going to evaluate the 0 to the 0 power. 0 to the first power is 0. 0 to the second power is 0 times 0. 1 to the 0 power is 1. Cause I can show you that later. I showed all my classes. All right. 2 to the 0 power is 1, and it's a nice simple explanation. 1 to the first power is 1. 1 to the second power is 1. All right, 2 to the first power is 2. 2 to the second power is 4. And of course, we could keep going on and on with the 3, 9, 27, 8, 1. Cause that would be 2. All right. This could keep going on and on. Now, this 0 to the 0 power is called the indeterminate form. You all go look this up for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. This is my discovery to help you all bypass that. You know, in Mario, if you take that little tube, that little warp tube, this is that door, y'all, to get y'all to the finish line. While they all, you know what I mean, it was hide and go seek, and they really went and hid in caves and stuff. All right. But look, while they doing all that, we could fix everything up and get, you know, everything the way we need it to be, not with a false reality. So there's a particular evaluation of this 0 to the 0 power. If I use logarithms, which I'm not going to go into right now, because you all could check the physics books. Logarithms. Something like that. Y'all could check the limits in calculus, alright? Because they talk about these. Now, in using the natural logarithms, not just any logarithms, but natural logarithms, using LN, natural log. Alright. That's really, natural log is log base E, which is the log of the natural number. E represents the natural number. Alright. So in this particular evaluation, this equals 1. And we could put this up here, and there is a most high 1 that is above all ones. Alright. I'm just showing you all what I have discovered. And there's scriptures that talk about the spirit of heaviness. These all point to Yuhe Vahe, the divine spirit of forgiveness. And that's what has been shown, mathematical forgiveness. How could we go from here to there? And I showed you all the simple mathematics that could be checked by any math professor, and they will say that he's right, or else this whole earth shall crumble. I mean, they basically like what taught for Sylvan Learning Center, Huntington Learning Center, ITT Tech. I fired ITT Tech. I went in one day and said, y'all fired. They laughed at me. You know, a senator came through to get a photo op. This is when I decided to go to this level to get things done. Alright? I tried to do it the other way. I was teaching for ITT Tech, teaching physics, conceptual physics. They probably got pictures of whatever the senator name came through to get the photo op. And he shook hands with me and kept on going with the cameras. I kept teaching the class. So he gave me the call. I was like, yeah, you know, I got an idea, and I really had to rethink, react. Man, I really had something that was useful and had been tested even within the learning environment to be a learning strategy that doesn't have to go through a lot of red tape, and it's very cost effective, but it's very productive. All right. So that's intellectual property, by the way. So, because the wrong people do the wrong thing with it. That ain't gonna happen no more. Alright, but look. So I went to the dean. I forgot his name, like, whatever. I ain't gotta say no name. But whatever the dean is. Because, you know, I don't go dry snitch and tell other people. But just tell the story. Alright, so the dean, I was like, yeah, dean, you know, I got this idea, and I just met the senator. I'm gonna try to pitch it to him. The dean bust out laughing, almost fell out the chair. I'm like, bro, what's so funny, bro? He like, man, you think he gonna help you? I'm standing there, professor talking to my dean that's over all of the professors. Like, I walked in with my resume and my transcript and like, look, I would like to teach for you all. I did a practice teach right then and there, and they hired me. I'm just saying. They laughed at me. So you know what? I was like, you know, I trust the Most High. You know what? I talked to my dad. I was like, Dad, all this stuff going wrong, this, that, and other, and I got this to help fix the school system. And my dad said, Johnny does Jehovah God because he is Jehovah's Witness, and that's a new name for Yuhei-Vahe, Jehovah. All right, that's an acceptable pronunciation, Jehovah. So he said, do you think Jehovah God really wants you to fix Satan the Devil school system? I thought about it. Nah, Dad, of course not. So you know what? I had to complete what I started, which is completely disrupt and undermine and dig out. And when you undermine, you take out the foundation. You take out the foundation under the foundation, so it all crumbles. Daniel chapter 2. That's action 808. All right, y'all. Y'all take care, man. I'm about to go home. Y'all know what time it is. We about to take over the planet, y'all. All right, and we're gonna do it legit. Who with me, y'all? Let's ride. Yeah.